Part 1: The Arrival. The first thing I noticed when the bus left me was the silence. Not the kind you hear in the countryside, with birds and distant windmills. This was the heavy kind, like the world itself was holding its breath. The sign behind me read in cracked paint: Wieża 13 Forest Watch Post. The driver didn't even say goodbye. Just looked at me once, muttered something in Polish that sounded like "after dark, you don't come back," and sped down the mountain road before the fog swallowed his tail lights. The trees loomed like prison bars, tall black spruces stabbing through the mist. My backpack was heavy with old clothes, medication, and a letter of employment printed on grey paper. No signature, just a symbol, a triangle inside a circle, drawn in red ink. I told myself it was just a forestry contract. Nothing else. The tower rose above the pines like a skeleton of steel, 40 meters tall, the rusted frame groaning with every gust. I could see the observation cabin at the top, a square box of wood and glass, perched above the frozen canopy. Beneath it, an old mining shaft sealed with iron bars. The forest smelled like wet stone and rot. My boots crunched on gravel, echoing too long. When I opened the cabin door, the hinges screamed. Inside, a narrow bed, a radio set covered with dust, a kerosene lamp, and a corkboard pinned with yellowed photographs. One of them showed 7 miners, standing proudly before a cave mouth. The date scribbled in the corner, 1973. Another photo, same spot, but empty. No people. Just the cave, collapsed inward. Underneath the photos, someone had tacked a sheet of paper to the wall. The words were written in something that looked like dried blood. The rules of Wieża 13. Do not answer the radio if you hear a woman crying. If you see a smile in the fog, turn off the light for 7 seconds. Do not go down the stairs when the mine bell rings 13 times. Never leave food by the window after midnight. If your reflection smiles back, it isn't you anymore. The forest stops at 5 p.m. Stay inside. If you see a woman in black mourning clothes, run to the tower and lock the door for 13 seconds. Do not look at the photographs after 3 a.m. Never speak her name. Smudged, unreadable. The paper smelled metallic, like rust or old pennies. I laughed nervously. Locals and their ghost stories, I muttered. Still, I copied the rules into my notebook. You learn to respect rituals after a few tours in Helmand. Sometimes, superstition is the only thing between you and madness. By nightfall, the fog had climbed higher. It curled around the tower's legs, whispering like static. I tried the radio, hoping to pick up Polish forest control. All I got was white noise and the faint hum of what might have been breathing. Wieża Trysinosai, Zglos Sie, report, I said awkwardly, mixing the little Polish I knew with English. No answer. Then, just as I reached for the power knob, the static changed. A woman's voice, faint and trembling. Help me. The air turned colder. Who is this? I said. Identify yourself. More static. Then a long, wet inhale. Don't look behind you. I spun, heart hammering. Nothing there. Just the window, and beyond it, the forest, still and silver beneath the moonlight. I shut off the radio. That night, I dreamed of a tunnel dripping with water. Someone was walking ahead of me, barefoot, leaving red prints that steamed in the cold. When I called out, she turned. The light from my headlamp caught her mouth first, torn from cheek to cheek, teeth black with coal dust, smiling wider than any human face should. I woke up gasping, the lamp still flickering. 3:13 a.m. The photographs on the wall had shifted slightly. The miners were gone. The next morning, frost coated the windows from inside. My breath left trails on the glass as I looked out at the valley. The fog never left, It just thickened and thinned like something breathing. I brewed instant coffee and checked the tower logbook. The last entry was dated October 17, 1973. Bell rang 13 times. Going to investigate. If I don't return, tell Yannick I forgive him. No signature. Just a streak of something brown. By noon, I climbed down to check the generator. It sat behind the tower, half buried in mud. A crow perched on it, pecking at something shiny. When I scared it off, I saw what it was eating, an old miner's helmet. The lamp still flickered faintly, powered by nothing. There were scratches on the ground nearby, long, parallel marks like fingernails dragged through gravel. I followed them about 20 meters before the fog closed in. My GPS lost signal. And then I saw them, footprints. Bare, small, leading toward the old mine entrance sealed with a rusted gate. Something about them made my stomach twist. The impressions were deep, too deep for a person. And in the center of each print, the earth was cracked, like granite shattered under pressure. I took one photo and turned back fast. That evening, around 1706, the bell rang. The sound was faint at first, like an echo from underground. Then louder, rhythmic, 13 heavy chimes that rattled the glass in the cabin. The hairs on my neck stood up. Rule 3. Do not go down the stairs when the mine bell rings 13 times. I stayed still, counting each toll. When it ended, I realized I'd been holding my breath the whole time. Then came a scraping sound below the tower, metal against metal, slow and deliberate. I leaned over the railing. The fog had thickened into a grey sea. Something moved just below the surface, like a hand brushing through it. And then I saw it. A figure at the base of the tower, shrouded in mist. She wore a long black dress that fluttered without wind. Her head tilted back unnaturally, as if the neck had been broken long ago. I blinked once. She was closer. Her mouth, oh God, her mouth stretched upward into a grin that cut through her cheeks, all the way to the ears. The lips torn, glistening. Teeth too white in the moonlight. I stumbled back into the cabin, slammed the door, and locked it. Rule 7. If you see the woman in black mourning clothes, lock the door for 13 seconds. I counted aloud, voice shaking. 1, 2, 3. A sound like nails dragging across the wood. Then a single whisper. Elias. The voice was behind the door. 13. The scratching stopped. I didn't sleep that night. I sat by the window, shotgun across my knees, staring into the fog until dawn came pale and weak through the glass. The next morning, I found something nailed to the outside of the door. A miner's helmet, split in half. Inside, a piece of paper written in blood-red strokes. Rule 10. Only the hunted may burn the widow. Section 2. The voice in the fog. The fourth night began with a storm that never truly arrived. Thunder rolled far beyond the mountains, but no rain came. Only mist, thick, wet, crawling over the tower's frame like a living thing. The fog lights below flickered once, then went out. I sat by the radio, drinking lukewarm coffee from a tin cup, watching the signal meter twitch. Every few seconds, static cracked like dry leaves. Then, a woman's voice. Elias, it whispered, faint, breathless. For a moment I thought it was my ex-wife. She had the same tremor in her tone, soft, afraid, almost pleading. Who is this? I said. Don't leave me, she answered. Please, help me, I'm stuck. The voice was clearer now. The signal shouldn't have carried that far, not from outside the valley. But the frequency numbers glowed red, stable. Someone was transmitting close. Where are you? Below, she said. In the mine. It's me, Keisha. I froze. The name from the rule sheet. Keisha, Static flared, then faded again. You have to come. The light's dying. I almost grabbed my coat, almost. Then I looked at the rule pinned above the radio, the dried blood letters curling at the edges. Rule 3. Do not go down the stairs when the bell rings 13 times. It didn't say anything about the radio. But my gut twisted anyway. I turned the knob. Identify yourself, I said again. What shift are you on? No response. Only the faint crackle of breath. Then, a laugh. Low at first, then rising, until it became the exact same sound I'd heard outside the tower. A rasping he-he-he-he, like teeth grinding on stone. I ripped the radio cord out of the wall. At dawn I climbed down to the generator. The fog had thinned, though it still carried that faint, sweet metallic odor, blood and old rain. Something was waiting on the steps. A bundle wrapped in oilcloth, tied with rusted wire. When I unwrapped it, I found a miner's ID tag, Yannick Novak. 1973. The metal was cold, though the sun had been out for hours. Inside the bundle was a letter, written in tight block letters on brittle paper. She smiled when we buried her. She smiles still. Each time we think we've sealed the shaft, she opens another. The stone listens to her laugh. She comes through it like water. J. Novak. A drop of moisture darkened the paper, not mine. Something above me dripped slowly onto my hand. I looked up. Hanging from one of the crossbeams was a miner's helmet. It swayed slightly in the breeze. The lamp flickered on by itself. By the 6th day, I'd stopped pretending this was a normal assignment. The tower creaked at night. The fog thickened even when the wind should have dispersed it. And every time I slept, I dreamed of that grin, stretched across a face that should have been dead 50 years. At noon, the bell rang once. Then twice. I froze mid-bite of a ration bar. 13 times. The sound reverberated through the tower walls. When it stopped, the radio turned on by itself. Static, then, Elias, it's Keisha again. The rules aren't real. I didn't move. Her voice was warmer now, human, almost gentle. You've been tricked. The old man who made those rules, he was mad. I'm real. I'm alive. I worked the south shaft. You're lying. Then come see. Click. The transmission cut. I stared at the blank radio dial for a long time. That evening, I checked the mine gate again, the one sealed with iron bars. Someone had pried one side open. The lock lay on the ground, broken clean through. A trail of wet footprints led inward. Small. There. Every instinct screamed, don't go in. But curiosity is a disease. I turned on my flashlight and stepped past the threshold. The tunnel sloped downward at a sharp angle. Water dripped from the ceiling, echoing like ticking clocks. The walls were scored with pick marks, some fresh, some ancient. Every 10 meters, I passed another helmet, all of them cracked, the headlamps dead. Then came the smell, iron, rot, and something faintly sweet, like perfume. My beam caught something pale ahead, fabric. I approached slowly. It was a dress. Black, shredded, pinned to the rock wall with a mining spike. Underneath, a single line scratched into the stone. She smiles underground. I heard movement deeper in the tunnel, a shuffle, then a cough. Keisha. I called. No answer. My flashlight flickered once, twice, then died. The sound came again, closer now. A dragging footstep. Then another. Something scraped along the wall, fingernails or claws. I stumbled backward, fumbling for my lighter. When the flame caught, it illuminated a face only inches from mine. Not a face, a mask of flesh. A miner's skull, eyes white and rolled upward, lips torn into that impossible grin. The mouth opened wide enough to split the chin. I dropped the lighter. It landed flame up. In that small orange circle of light, I saw more of them. 7 shapes, all wearing decayed uniforms, headlamps flickering faintly, faces cut open from ear to ear, all smiling. Their teeth clicked in unison. Then, from behind them, a voice. "Elias, you came." The woman stepped into view. She wore the same dress I'd seen pinned to the wall, though now it was whole again, flowing like smoke around her legs. Her eyes gleamed red in the firelight. The grin, that grin, shone wet and endless. "I told you to help me," she said softly. "Now help them." The miners began to move. I ran. The tunnel shook, pebbles raining from the ceiling. Their laughter followed me, a chorus of broken throats. When I burst into the open air, the fog had turned crimson with moonlight. I slammed the gate shut and ran all the way to the tower. By the time I reached the top, the fog was thick again, pressing against the glass like wet hands. The radio hissed to life. "You shouldn't have left," Keisha whispered. "You brought her scent with you." Then came another voice, male, rough, deep with static distortion. "She's hungry, Elias. And now she knows your name." The lights flickered. Down below, something moved at the base of the tower again, 7 dim lamps swaying in the dark. They stopped together. One by one, each turned upward. I saw their faces clearly this time, grey, bloated, lips stretched into bleeding smiles. Their helmets flickered in sync, blink, 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 13 times. Then the bell began to ring. I grabbed my shotgun and aimed through the window. The first shot scattered sparks off the railing. No reaction. I fired again. One of them jerked and fell, but the others didn't even flinch. Instead, they tilted their heads back, mouths open, laughing silently. And from the fog behind them, she rose, taller than before, her veil fluttering like wings. The grin gleamed as she reached toward the tower's steel frame. Every bolt began to vibrate. I dropped the gun and backed away, heart slamming. The radio screamed again, full of overlapping voices. "Welcome to the widow's grin. You should have stayed below. You're hers now." Then, silence. The power went out. Only the moon remained, bleeding through the fog, lighting the cabin in a dull red. I sat in darkness for hours, listening. Sometimes I thought I heard footsteps on the stairs, slow, dragging, metallic. Once, something brushed the door. I wanted to run, but there was nowhere to go. The forest was endless. The fog would swallow me. At 3 o'clock, the radio clicked back on. "Elias," Keisha said softly. "Rule 10. Do you want to know what it means?" Her voice was closer now, too close, as if she were whispering into my ear from the other side of the glass. "Only the hunted can burn the widow," she said. "And you've already been chosen." The static pulsed like a heartbeat. Then came one final sound, the faint creak of a smile stretching in the dark. Section 3, The Descent. By the 7th night, I'd stopped counting hours. Time felt like it had drowned inside the fog. The moon rose red every evening, fat and low, the same color as blood through thin skin. The forest around Wieża 13 no longer sounded like wind and trees, it breathed. Every creak of bark, every sigh of mist had rhythm, pulse, hunger. I hadn't slept in 2 days. My hands shook from caffeine and fear. The miners had returned. I saw them moving in the valley at dusk, their headlamps blinking in perfect unison, 13 times, always 13. The radio stayed dead until midnight. Then it whispered, clear as a confession. "Come down, Elias. It's time to finish it." I told myself I wouldn't go. That I was done listening to ghosts. But something inside me, something hollow and trembling, wanted to go. It felt like gravity, pulling from beneath the tower, through the soil, through my bones. The voice came again, sweet and fragile, please. You promised you'd help me. I don't remember standing. Only the cold handle of the tower door in my palm, slick with condensation. When I opened it, the fog flowed inside like water. The ground crunched beneath my boots. I walked toward the mine entrance, following the trail of dim lights flickering between the trees. The 7 helmets glowed ahead, not bright, just faint, like dying stars. Each time I blinked, they were closer. The bell tolled once. Twice. 13. The gate was wide open now. The fog poured down the shaft like smoke. And standing at the edge of the darkness was the woman. Black dress torn at the hem, eyes gleaming faint silver, her grin stretched impossibly wide, yet somehow tender, almost motherly. You came back, she whispered. Good boy. Inside the tunnel, everything dripped. The air was heavy with coal dust and rot. Each breath tasted of iron. I kept the shotgun raised, though I knew it was useless. The walls pulsed faintly with moisture. Runes carved into the rock glowed faint red, as if veins had opened beneath the mountain. The sound of chains rattled deeper below. She walked ahead of me, barefoot, her steps leaving no prints. You've seen the rules, she said softly. But you never asked who wrote them. Yannick. Her smile widened. He tried. They all tried. The tunnel sloped sharply downward. Wooden beams groaned overhead, cracking under unseen weight. When the last beam split, I saw the chamber open before us, vast, circular, carved from obsidian stone. A mine elevator hung over a pit in the center, its cables stretching into endless darkness. On the walls, 7 miners were chained upright, eyes blank, mouths carved into bleeding smiles. Their lamps still glowed faintly, casting trembling halos over the wet stone. They built their grave, she said. Now it's yours. The elevator creaked as we descended. The chain above groaned like an animal in pain. The deeper we went, the warmer the air became, until sweat rolled down my spine despite the freezing world above. She hummed as we sank, an old Polish lullaby, broken and tuneless. What do you want from me? I said finally. Only what you owe. I owe you nothing. You owe me your fear, she said. And your silence. When the elevator stopped, we were standing before a massive iron door, the number 13 scorched into the center. The chamber beyond looked like the inside of a cathedral built for nightmares. A spiral staircase circled a pit of molten stone. Above it, chains hung from the ceiling, hundreds of them, ending in nothing. At the edge of the pit stood an altar made from collapsed mining gear. On it, a single item, a miner's helmet, cracked down the middle, with a candle burning inside. The flame was blue. Burn me, she whispered. That's the rule. Isn't it? Her tone was mocking, almost playful. Rule 10. Only the hunted may burn the widow. I aimed the shotgun at her. Why me? Her laughter echoed off the stone, soft at first, then rising until the entire chamber seemed to vibrate. Because you came here alone. Because you were already dying when you arrived. Because you've been hunted since the war, Elias. She took a step forward. The light walked around her face, the grin twisting, stretching, splitting farther until it reached her throat. And because she leaned close enough that her breath was ice, you smiled back. Something moved behind her. A dozen silhouettes peeling from the walls like shadows come to life. The miners. Their chains rattled as they crawled toward me, teeth clacking like typewriter keys. I fired once, twice. The shotgun blasts tore chunks of flesh, but the bodies didn't stop. They laughed, dry and hollow. One grabbed my leg. Another clawed my shoulder. Their touch burned cold as iron. The widow spread her arms wide. Her voice deepened until it was no longer human, it was the echo of collapsing rock. Feed me, sons of stone. The floor split. I fell through blackness. Down past the pit, through shafts of red light, through dust and bones and the sound of bells ringing 13 times again, and again, and again. When I landed, I was lying on a bed of ash. Above me, the ceiling pulsed with veins of light like magma under skin. She descended after me, floating more than walking. Her smile glowed in the dark, a crescent of pure white. You've carried death before, she said softly. Now carry it for me. Her hands, cold, sharp, thin as bone, cupped my face. Her thumbs pressed against my eyelids. Do you see them? Behind her, I saw shapes forming in the rock, faces, hundreds of them, all smiling. She pressed her lips to my forehead. Pain bloomed white-hot, flooding my skull. Then she bit. Her teeth tore through my neck, through artery and muscle, hot blood spraying across the black stone. The sound of it echoed like rain. But the pain didn't stop, it became something else. A pulse. A rhythm. A hunger. My vision swam red. My heartbeat slowed. Then I realized the sound I was hearing wasn't the mine bell anymore. It was my own pulse, ringing 13 times. When I woke, I wasn't sure how long had passed. The fog had returned, thicker than ever. I was standing, not lying, deep beneath the tower, in the lowest chamber of the mine. The walls shimmered faintly with light. My hands were slick with blood, but I felt no wound. My heartbeat was gone. Something heavy sat on my head, a miner's helmet. Its lamp flickered weakly, 13 times, then stabilized. Voices whispered through the fog, hundreds of them, led into one. Welcome home. I climbed the tunnel without feeling my legs move. When I emerged into the open air, the moon was low and huge, its light bleeding silver through the mist. The tower stood silent against the horizon. Inside the observation cabin, the radio buzzed. A man's voice, new, trembling, Polish accent. Wieża 13, report. This is Tomasz, the new watch. I smiled. My throat opened wide, wider, until the corners of my mouth ached and tore again. I pressed the transmit button. Welcome to the widow's grin, I said. The bell rang 13 times. Part 2 Section 1, The New Watcher. Tower Log 01, March 3 to 1642. The forest looks calm from the road. I tell myself that each job is only a job. I've worked worse posts, quarries, oil fields, a morgue in Lodz. But this one pays in cash and asks no questions. Wieża 13 rises out of the fog like a rusted spine. 40 meters of steel stairs. No signal bars on my phone. The recruiter called it seasonal forest monitoring. Nothing about the mine underneath. The gate was unlocked. Inside the cabin, dust, kerosene lamp, radio set, and a smell, metallic, sweet. Someone left a notebook on the desk. English handwriting. The first page ends mid-sentence. Welcome to the widow's grin. Tower Log 02, March 3 to 1912. Found a list nailed beside the window. 10 rules, written in something that looks like dried rust. Same paper as the one I saw on the forum photo when I took the job. Do not answer the radio if you hear a woman crying. If you see a smile in the fog, turn off the light for 7 seconds. Do not go down the stairs when the bell rings 13 times. Others unreadable, moisture blurred them. Someone circled Rule 3 in fresh ink. Next to it, 3 words, he still rings. Audio note 310. Static. Wind. A breath close to microphone. Voice A, Tomasz Wieża 13 to Central Station, test check. Voice B, faint male, distorted, station, 13, 13. Voice A, who is this? Voice B, you took his place. Transmission ends. Journal entry March 4th. The locals in Sklarska warned me not to stay past sunset. They said the forest closes at 5 p.m. Typical mountain folklore, wolves, smugglers, superstition. Still, every house I passed had its curtains nailed shut. At dusk, fog slid between the pines like smoke from a low fire. The tower groaned. I switched on the floodlights. For a moment the fog glowed milky white. Then something moved inside it, tall, thin, swaying. I thought it was a tree until it tilted its head. I turned the lights off. 7 seconds. My heart counted every one. When I turned them back on, the space was empty, but the steel door below was wet, as if something had breathed on it. Tower log 03, March 5 to 12:23. Maintenance inspection, the generator works. Found deep scratches on the railing halfway down, 4 parallel lines, each almost a meter long. Looked like they'd been burned in, not carved. At the base of the stairs, snow melted around a shape. Footprints, bare, small. Each print cracked the ice beneath, like pressure fractures in stone. I photographed them, but the images on the camera display came out blurred, overexposed to red. Tower log 04, March 6, 047. Woke to the radio clicking on by itself. Female voice, Tomasz, help me, please. Tomasz, identify yourself. Voice, Kasia. I work the south shaft. I'm hurt. Tomasz, you're too clear for underground transmission. Where are you calling from? Voice, behind you. Silence. Static. End of tape. When I turned around, the window was fogged from the outside. A handprint bloomed across the glass, thin, long-fingered, nails black with soot. Journal entry March 6th morning. I checked the mine entrance. The padlock had been torn open. A miner's helmet lay beside it, cracked down the middle. On the inner rim someone had carved letters with a knife. Jan Novak, 1973. Inside the helmet, ash. I don't know why, but I buried it. The ground was warm where I dug. Tower log 05, March 7th night. Heard the bell again. 13 times. Deep vibration through the steel frame. The floodlights cut out mid-ring. When they came back, there were figures at the tree line, 7 of them. Lamps on their helmets flickered in rhythm. Not random, coded, maybe. I filmed them for proof. On playback, the lights blink 13 times, then form a grin, an arc of white in the dark. I shut off the camera. Personal recording, March 8th. Can't eat. The tower smells like wet iron. Every time I close my eyes, I see her mouth. A smile stretched too far. Sometimes I think I hear her behind the static, laughing softly, like she's waiting for me to repeat the joke. I've started talking to the previous watcher's notebook. It's full of scribbles, coordinates, and one sentence on the last page. If she calls you by name, it's already too late. I wonder how he knew mine. Transmission excerpt 313. Kasia, soft, do you want to see what he became? Tomasz, who? Kasia, the man before you. Elias. Tomasz, he's dead. Kasia, smiling tone, not exactly. 13 clicks follow. A distant bell. Sound of metal dragging over stone. Journal entry March 9th, dawn. I dreamt of the pit. Red light rising from below. A man in a miner's helmet stood beside me, head tilted back, mouth split open. He said, "She only wants to smile through you." When I woke, someone had left a gift on the stairs. A candle in a broken lamp, still burning blue. Tower log 06 March 10 to 23:59. The fog smells different tonight, salt and rot, like the sea. The radio keeps pulsing even when unplugged. Every pulse matches my heartbeat. I think the tower itself is breathing through the wires. I whispered into the mic, "What do you want?" The answer came in my own voice, "To keep watching." Audio fragment, unlabeled tape found later. Steady breathing. Bell rings once every few seconds. Tomasz, I can hear them under the floor. 7 laughs. They are close now. Unknown female, you read the rules, Tomasz. Which one will you break first? Tomasz, rule 10. Female, good. That's how it starts. Silence, then 13 clicks like camera shutters. End of recording. Journal entry March 11th morning. I found fresh handwriting beneath Rule 10 on the wall. Thin lines carved into the wood, still oozing sap. Only the new watcher can light the fire. The candle from yesterday sits on the window ledge. Still blue. Still burning. The forest hasn't moved all morning. Not a single bird. Only the faint echo of a laugh coming from under the floorboards. I think tonight she'll climb the stairs. Section 2, The Descent of Signals. Tower log 07, March 12 to 1:17. The air in the cabin tastes like rust. Every breath smells of wire. The radio won't stay dead, even unplugged. It hums with a low, steady tone, like a heart monitor from a patient that should have flatlined days ago. Outside, the fog has turned the color of bone. When I speak, my voice comes back through the speaker a half-second late. It's always smiling. Journal entry morning. I dreamt I was climbing down the tower, yet somehow I never reached the ground. The stairs bent inward, turning into ribs. When I woke, my boots were wet and smelled of mud. No mud anywhere inside. At breakfast I heard something under the floorboards. A rhythm 13 knocks, then laughter. Every knock left a tremor through the metal frame. Transmission fragment 309. Tomasz, Wieża 13 reporting. Is anyone on this frequency? Unknown male, weak signal, you should be asleep. Tomasz, identify yourself. Male, you wrote Rule 10 again, didn't you? Tomasz, who are you? Male, I'm still ringing. 13 pulses follow. Each ping registers exactly 3 seconds apart. Journal entry March 12th, evening. The fog lights cut out again. I replaced the fuse, found the wire bitten clean through. Teeth marks. I keep hearing Elias's name in the static. Sometimes it's whispered, sometimes it's my own voice saying it. At 5 p.m. the forest went silent, as if sound itself froze. I could feel the pause press against my chest. When the silence broke, the bell rang once. Twice. 13. I counted out loud, just to prove I was still here. Tower log 8 to 21:40. Going down. Need to check generator lines, keep hearing metal dragging underneath the tower. Bringing radio for documentation. Floodlight battery at 73%. Marking every 10 meters with chalk. If this tape ends mid-sentence, I didn't. Sound of steps descending. Wind grows fainter, dripping water. Tomasz, base platform clear. No visual on intrusion. Metal scrape. Tomasz, generator intact, wait. Railing covered in handprints. Smaller than mine. Each one cracked the paint. Tomasz, there's a light in the trees. Blue. Moving this way. Static. Voice faint, female, 13 steps left, Tomasz. Don't miss one. Silence. Recovered note found inside boot. The stairs below the earth don't lead down, they fold. The bottom is always where you begin. No idea when I wrote that. Journal entry March 13 to 2:10. The door to the mine was open. Fog poured out like breath from a sleeping animal. Inside the shaft, the air was warm and damp. The walls glistened with moisture that smelled of coal and meat. Halfway down the main tunnel I found footprints, bare, uneven. Small again. They led to a metal plate welded into the rock. Someone had etched a message in English. Don't follow the smile. The edges were freshly scratched. As I touched the letters, the metal vibrated with a distant ring like a bell under my hand. Transmission excerpt 3 o'clock. Tomasz, Central, I found the south shaft sealed. Voice, female. No, you didn't. You found the door to home. Tomasz, Kasia. Voice, do you know why the bell rings 13 times? Tomasz, why? Voice, because that's how long it takes a smile to tear. Static. Background, low choral laughter. Tower log 9 to 3:27. Reached junction B2. Discovered Elias Ward's identification tag embedded in rock wall. Metal fused into stone as if melted. Heard heartbeat through helmet microphone, not mine. Signal spike on radio matching pulse rate 72 BPM. Each beat followed by a smile icon on display screen. Display glitched for exactly 13 frames. Personal tape, March 13th, unknown hour. Breathing fast, running footsteps. Tomasz, I saw him. Elias. Still wearing the helmet. Light on. Mouth wrong. Like skin pulled back too far. He spoke through the radio without moving his lips. Said I was next. Said I'd already been here. I think he's right. Journal entry March 13th, later. The lower shaft smells like a hospital corridor, after surgery sterile and blood warm at once. Every metal surface reflects my face a fraction too slowly, lagging like a bad video feed. When I blink, it keeps smiling. There's a hum under the ground now. It matches the radio frequency. When I tune the dial to it, I hear voices layered together, hundreds of people breathing in time. Sometimes they say my name in chorus. Sometimes they say open the stairs. Tower log 10, March 14th, midnight. Back at the base. Or maybe not. Everything tilts a few degrees to the left, as if the tower were leaning into the mine. I can hear the bell ringing from below, but the sound comes through my bones instead of air. Floodlight shows moisture leaking up the stairs. Not water, thicker. Looks like oil, smells like blood. Writing stops helping. Every word I write starts to smile on the page. Transmission loop detected, 313 playback, auto repeat. Voice, male, Elias Ward, you thought the tower watched the forest. Voice, female, it feeds the forest. Tomasz, how do I stop it? Elias, burn rule 10. Tomasz, that's not a rule. Elias, it is now. Journal entry March 14th morning. No sunrise. Just a red haze. I went outside and saw the fog pulsing in waves, breathing in and out. Every exhale left smiles in the frost on the ground. Found a new line scratched on the door of the tower. Only the tower can burn her. Inside, the radio won't turn off. The voice is mine again, but older, tired. It keeps repeating, keep watch. 13 days left. I don't remember recording that. Audio note, March 14 to 9 p.m. Bell rings once. Long pause. Tomasz, she's under the stairs. I can hear her breathing through the metal. Every time I blink, I lose a step. I'm going to light the candle now. If the recording cuts out, tell whoever comes next, don't smile back. Sound of match striking. Flame flares. Screech of metal like something opening. Female voice, near, 13 seconds. That's how long you'll burn. Tape ends in static and a single bell. Post-incident transcript, recovered March 20th. The Wieża 13 tower was found vacant. Generator still running. The walls were warm to the touch. The radio played a loop of two voices, blended into one, male and female, repeating every 13 seconds. We are watching now. No body was recovered. Only a helmet cracked down the middle and inside it, a flame that refused to die. Section 3, the last broadcast. Recovered tower log 11, March 15, 012. Fog above tree line now permanent. Compass needle spins without stopping. Every minute the radio crackles even though power switch is off. Inside that static I can hear distant breathing, mine, but slower. Journal entry, March 15th morning. I thought I left the candle burning on the window ledge. It's gone. In its place a ring of frost shaped like a smile. The frost never melts, even when I touch it. A low hum drifts through the tower frame. Sometimes it rises to a tone that feels almost kind, like a lullaby remembered from childhood, then drops again until it becomes a groan. I think the tower is speaking in its own way. Every metal beam carries her voice. Transmission excerpt, 313 loop 01. Tomasz, Central, requesting extraction. Visibility 0. Possible collapse under foundation. Unknown voice, male or female, lead extraction completed. You are inside it now. Silence for 13 seconds. Tomasz, repeat message. Voice, the forest is listening through you. Tower log 12 noon, weather report. No wind. Clouds unmoving. The fog has texture now, fine grains like ash drifting upward instead of down. When light passes through, it bends. Shapes shimmer in it, tall and still, as if caught mid-gesture. I keep hearing footsteps on the stairs below the cabin. They never reach the door. Audio fragment, unlabeled tape C. Soft tapping, 13 beats, followed by breathing. Tomasz, I found a photograph in the drawer. 2 men on this tower. The date says 1973. Same faces repeated behind the glass reflection. Voice in background, Elias. They built her a watchtower instead of a grave. Tomasz, what is she watching for? Elias, another sunrise. Pause. Tomasz, does it ever come? Elias, not here. Journal entry, March 16th evening. When the bell rings now, it sounds gentle, like water touching glass. 13 notes. After each one, the fog brightens for a heartbeat, then darkens again, deeper than before. I see lights moving through the valley. They flicker like lanterns underwater. For an instant they spell a shape, a wide arc, a grin across the mountain. I whisper to the static just to have company. It whispers back with the same delay it used to have on the wall radios, half a second. Just long enough to make you doubt who spoke first. Tower log 13, March 17 to 3 o'clock. I can hear my pulse through the railings. Every beat travels downward, returns slower. When I count, the echo adds one more, 13 for 12. The candle from before is burning again, at the window. Blue flame. No wax. Just light. It flickers when I breathe. When I hold my breath, it steadies. I think it prefers me silent. Transmission loop 02, static over radio. Voice, female, close. Do you understand rule 10 now? Tomasz, it was never a rule. Voice, then what is it? Tomasz, an invitation. Voice, accepted. Radio tone drops 5 Hz. All channels merge. Sound of wind drawn inward. Journal entry, March 18th, dawn that did not rise. I went outside. The air felt heavy, like walking through water. Every branch carried droplets that reflected faces, not leaves. Each reflection smiled when I looked away. At the base of the tower, the earth had split slightly, only a few centimeters, but enough to breathe out a faint glow from below. It smelled of old metal and rain. I heard the bell far beneath, ringing softer than before, almost mournful. For the first time I pitied her. Audio note 3:30 last confirmed recording. Tomasz, if anyone finds this, don't rebuild the tower. Let the forest take it. The rules aren't warnings, they are prayers. Each one keeps her asleep a little longer. When you forget them, she wakes. When you speak them aloud, she listens. I've been speaking too much. Pause. She's at the stairs. I can feel the weight shift. I won't open the door, but she doesn't need doors anymore. I'll keep recording so someone knows the sound. Listen. Recording picks up a low resonance, part wind, part voice, almost humming. It forms a single word stretched over 13 seconds, stay. Recovered transmission, Central Forestry Station Archive. Date stamp corrupted. Signal from Wieża 13 received at irregular intervals, message repeats every 13 hours. Wieża 13 reporting. Visibility clear. No activity in forest. All quiet. Background analysis shows lead audio identical to previous watchers' voices, blended with new ones. Each cycle grows fainter. Each ends with a faint metallic smile-shaped waveform. Field report, April 3rd. Investigation team reached the tower site. Structure found intact but hollow. Interior metal warm to the touch despite sub-zero temperature. At summit, radio set glowing faint blue. Candle still burning beside it. No source of fuel identified. All recordings erased except for 13 seconds of continuous tone. Spectrogram image reveals pattern resembling a human jaw curved upward. Closing entry unknown date, unknown voice. I was assigned to archive the tapes. They told me not to listen, only catalog. But curiosity has weight. At exactly 3:13 a.m. the speaker in the archive room clicked on by itself. Static poured out, soft, rhythmic. Beneath it, a man's whisper. Keep watch. I looked at the reflection in the window. It smiled back first,